All right, we're here on the Trent Acid Tribute Radio Show, and on the line I have with me the pretty hate machine, Jason Gotti. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Oh, could be doing better. I wish we could be speaking on different terms. It's sad that we have to do it this way. I had a couple questions for you, though, and my first one is, what do you think Trent would want his fans to remember him most for?
I think that Mike would want his fans to remember him most for, and know that he gave 110% every time he went in the ring, and he gave it his all, his heart and soul in the business, and I think his fans know that, and he was one of the most down to earth as far as wrestling wise people to be around. You know what I mean? He really was, and he would always take time to talk to his fans and sign autographs and stuff like that, and he loved his fans, and I know that, and that's why they loved him.
Now, you were actually close friends with Trent. What is a memory or a story about being with Trent that you would like to share with our listeners?
The memories that I have with him is, just us talking, hanging out, chilling in his house, going to get cheesesteaks together, bullshitting. I don't really have a per se story that'll make you laugh or anything like that. The things that I can share are the kind of personal things between us that we talk to, We talked a lot about wrestling, but we talked about other things, And it just sucks that my friend's not here anymore. And I think that a lot of people knew Trent Acid, the wrestler, but I think very few people knew Michael Verdi, the person. And I was one of his true friends. A lot of people don't know that we were friends. I never name dropped and shit like that to try to get ahead in wrestling. I liked him for who he was, and I know he had problems and stuff like that, but deep down inside, he had a big heart. And I just think he lost his way in life, and it's just fucked up. It really, really is. I'm sad about it.
What stuck out most to you about Trent?
As far as wrestling, I'll do that first, I guess. As far as wrestling, the dude was friggin' determined. He had a real passion for it. And, we talked about it before. I was like, Mike, you're not the biggest guy, you're not the tallest guy, but, you have the it factor, you have charisma, and you have the ability. And, you know what I mean? And that just stuck out. He could have a good match with a fucking broomstick. You know what I mean? And it's the truth. He was a great worker. He really was. And, that's what I think as far as wrestling-wise. As a person-wise, he had a big heart, man. He would give you the shirt off his back, and, that's something that I miss about him a lot. It just sucks, like I said.
Now, if you were to write a book about Trent's life, what would the title be?
If I was to write a book about Trent's life, the title, I don't know, I guess the rise and fall of a superstar. I really don't know. Like I said, he was a good person. And he definitely accomplished a lot of things in wrestling, you know what I mean? Started wrestling when he was 15, you know what I mean? And look, the kid from 6th Street, you know what I mean, is now a household name, you know what I mean? People know him, not just in the indies, but in WWE, TNA, he's known, and I'm proud of him for that, you know what I mean? Look, I'm not going to sit here and say I was his best friend. I was only friends with him for a couple of years, you know what I mean? I met him through my girlfriend. He lived down the street from my girl's house, and that's how we became friends. We actually, I didn't like him when I first met him, and how we became friends is a mutual friend of ours told me that he was running his mouth about me, and I went to confront him about it, and and sure enough, I'm so mad at the guy, I want to punch him, and then we became friends, and we talked for like 3 hours, and we hung out, and it was like, and that's the thing about him too is like you could be mad at him. Believe me, I've been mad at him before. But then, like, he's so charming in the way he was, and he makes you laugh that you just forget why you're mad. He was good. He was a good person deep down. He was.
Now, my co-host Missionary has a couple questions he wants to ask you, so I'm going to give Missionary the floor.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Gotti. What is Trent Acid's crowning achievement in his career, in your opinion?
In my opinion,
yeah.
I don't know. He's held titles in pretty much every organization he went to. He's traveled different countries, and it's funny too. It's like a lot of these workers or whatever. Oh, I went to Germany. Yeah, well, you paid your way. This dude got paid. You know what I mean? He got, not only did he get paid, but they paid for his flight, his hotel. That's amazing, dude. Like, you know what I mean? That's amazing that he accomplished that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was all through hard work and desire to never give up. You know what I mean? So that's awesome, for real.
Who was one of Trent Acid's heroes in life or inspirations in life?
I know he liked Eddie Vedder. He was big into music. You know, Pearl Jam, STP, things like that.
Right.
You know, that's about it as far as I know.
And what's the one thing about Michael you'll miss?
I'm gonna miss just my friend. I'm gonna miss, you know, Michael the person, not Trent the wrestler. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, our friendship was more, you know what I mean, on a personal basis. You know, we had a lot in common. We, you know, different backgrounds, the way we grew up, I guess. We had a bond, and I'm just gonna miss him. You know what I mean? It sucks because, you know, I pretty much stay down the street from where he lives, and I can look out my window and see his grandpa's house.
Wow.
And you know, it's hard when you're in a grieving process, and you know, you look out the window and you see the guy's house, and it's like, you know, like I'll never get to see him again. And you know, I told him before, you know, a long time ago, I said, you know, we're friends first and wrestlers second. This fucking wrestling business don't mean shit. You know what I mean? We're friends. You know what I mean? That's first, bro. And that'll never become, you know, between us. And you know, if people, you know, I'm sure a lot of people have stories and stuff like that, and that's fine. And you know, but it's like, you know, people will be like, oh, he shouldn't have did this, he shouldn't have did that. I know from a personal standpoint that I tried my best to help him with his demons. And I'm not going to sit here and say what they are. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not going to do that. But I've talked to him for fucking hours about it. I mean, I literally got in a fight with him about things because I cared. And that's the thing. I told him, I said, the only reason I'm preaching to you and like this and is because I care about you. And I don't want to wake up one day and hear that you're gone. And that is sad because that's what I heard. That's why I got to look it up yesterday. And, you know, my girlfriend told me at 10:30 in the morning, that Michael's passed away. And I was fucking shocked. I mean, you know, it's sad. I miss him. Seriously, I really do.
If you could describe Michael's life in a word, what would that word be?
Triumph, because he overcame a lot of things to get where he was at, and he was a great fucking wrestler. And I think a lot of people know that, whether they like him or not. He was one of the best, without a doubt.
Thank you very much, Jason.
Thanks.
Now I just have one last question for you, and that is, if there was one thing you didn't get to tell him before he passed, what would that be?
No, just that I love him, you know what I mean? And I miss him, man. And, you know, I in my heart, I know that he's in a better place and that he will no longer have to worry about his demons and pain. And, you know, I miss him. And you know, like I said, I never told him I loved him. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not affectionate like that and shit like that. But, I did love him, you know, man. I love him like a brother because, you know, it's just, he was a good guy deep down. He just had problems. You know, that's all.
Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks.